been a hot minute since I've done an interrogation with you guys, but I thought we would watch because they had put out the interrogation of Nicholas Kassotis. I think that's how you say it. They put it into the trial, so everyone got to see it now. We missed that day, so I haven't seen it. And there's a lot of things going on. I saw a lot of comments. So I'm going to go ahead and watch. If you weren't watching this trial with us on the days that I was, we're going to watch what he got, his verdict. We'll watch at the very end of the interrogation. So if you haven't seen, stick around. If not, I'm taking the rest of this trial day and that verdict, and I'm putting in a regular video, so that way you can skip ahead if you don't want to listen to me if I interrupt too much. I'll move myself to the corner. Yeah, this was a wild case. He was accused of murdering his wife. She was dismembered, and no emotions through this whole thing, which is just obviously not a great sign. But yeah, even with the verdict and everything, just nothing there. Okay, let me know if you need volume up or down, and let's start.
Hey, sir. See, you got here for me. I never thought I heard him ask you need any water or anything.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Remember the last time we talked? We talked about discovery and talking about the doctor's office and that.
Yeah.
Before I do that, I'm gonna read you your rights again. I know even though you're an attorney, we still go through the same procedures. Or used to be an attorney, I guess.
Yeah.
You understand you have the right to remain silent.
Yes, sir.
Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law.
Yes, sir.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have a break with you while you're being questioned.
Yes, sir.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, you won't be appointed to represent you for any questioning if you wish.
Yes, sir.
And you can decide any time to exercise your rights, not answer any questions or make any statements.
Yes, sir.
And you understand your rights. Are you willing to talk to us?
Yes, sir.
I'll read through it first, naturally.
Would you want me to sign it, or?
Yes, just sign it.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay, brother. How was playing right?
That's fine, sir.
You good?
Yes, sir.
Been treated fairly with everything?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. And it'll continue to do that way. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions of me first?
I don't know my answer.
Very quick interruption. Thank you so much for that comment. We will be watching. Jen Kidd has a new video out, and if you don't know him, he's Ali Abulaban. He is in prison for life, and yet he's still posting on social media, or someone's doing it for him. We will watch together, probably like an hour after we're done with this one. I am so excited now.
It's been a bad 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Do you know where my dog is?
I do.
Okay.
We'll answer that. Let's say that to later. Your dog's safe and good.
Okay.
Been taken care of. Back to where we kind of left off, the doctor's office. Tell me about the day that you got called to the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Who called you?
I don't know. I got a phone call. I forget from who. I don't know if it was somebody I knew or not, asking if I could. I don't think it was somebody I knew, asking if I could come pick her up that afternoon.
Okay.
I think around 3, but
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. I might have been later than 3. I'm not exactly sure. Her dad had surgery that week. So I can normally tell basic times based on stuff like that. him coming and going
So this was before he had surgery then?
No, he had surgery. I believe he had surgery either that day or the day before.
So he had surgery that day or the day before?
Yeah. So it was different. He was in the house.
Okay. So he was there, so Dad was at home,
Yes,
and you got a call to pick up Mandy.
yes, yeah. I got a call. I think sometime earlier that week. I'm not exactly sure the time.
Okay.
I left shortly before, maybe half an hour before,
Okay.
and was driving there, and it hadn't gotten very far. I got a call saying that it was actually going to be a little bit later.
Okay. Still don't know who called you.
Yeah, I believe it was somebody from the office.
Okay.
And at that point, I wasn't really sure what to do in terms of my time. I drove out. I think I drove out towards that way a bit, and then I went and ran a couple of errands.
Yeah, what errands did you run?
I think I went to the pet store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where else I might have gone. But I'm pretty sure I went to the pet store.
Okay. So how far is it from the pet store to the doctor's office?
I think 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. And from the place you were residing, how far would you say would be the doctor's office?
I'm not sure. I only drove it coming back, and I'm a little unclear on how long it took.
But so you had to drive there, but you kind of circled and made several rounds.
Yeah.
So roughly, would you say it was like 2 hours or?
I think it was potentially longer. I was kind of just messing around waiting for a call.
Okay. So would the doctor's office be in the Savannah area?
Oh yes, absolutely in Savannah area.
Okay. And would we say Savannah or Savannah area?
I don't know the difference there.
Okay. But somewhere near Savannah. So if we were at the house you were residing at, how far would you say would be the longest range for that doctor's office?
25 minutes.
Okay. So once you arrived, what happened?
I pulled in, there was a spot, and there was a man, I could see a man standing behind the door.
Okay.
It was a glass door. And as I stopped, he opened the door.
Okay.
He came out and he gestured towards me. It might have been later than 2 hours. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what time it gets dark, but I feel like it was getting dark at this point.
Okay. Then what happened?
I walked in. He brought me a short distance. I feel like it was almost immediate from the door to an additional door on the right-hand side.
Okay.
I feel like there was some kind of, it might have been through another door, there was some kind of a lobby area or open area to my left.
Were there other patients in the waiting room? Or?
Not that I noticed, but there might have been. I didn't walk through a waiting room. I kind of came directly in, and
Then what happened?
he sat me down. I assumed I was going to get some sort of instructions. Like she can do this, she can't do that. I had been doing. I mean, my days were taking care of her.
Mm-hmm.
It was like waking up in the morning, helping her out of bed every time she went to the bathroom.
And how long had that been going on?
That had been going on since I would say early November.
Okay.
She was in she's having trouble sleeping, which I don't think is uncommon. Yeah.
So what happened
Sorry.
next? So what did he say next?
I sat down and he said that he was very sad to tell me that he passed away suddenly.
Okay. But he wasn't the doctor.
I assumed he was the doctor.
I said. So he said Mindy had passed away.
Suddenly.
Then what happened?
I was extremely upset. I thought I was coming there just to pick her up and bring her back. He said he wasn't sure what had happened, that they were gonna find. Because I asked what happened. He said he wasn't sure. They weren't sure what happened. Whatever it was, it happened very suddenly. And he said that that they were gonna find out. He said he had some forms for me to allow all that to happen.
Okay.
To allow them to do it, and then something about her, her what to do with her afterwards.
Okay.
Got in an argument about that form later.
Okay.
I don't know how long I was there. I know I was really upset. I don't feel like it was too long, but I'm not sure. I left.
Before you left, did they let you go back and see her?
They did not.
You didn't ask to see her?
I asked if I could see her, and he said not right now. And I thought it would be. I thought it was because of maybe like the autopsy or something. I assumed I would get a chance to see her multiple times, and I never did.
Did you get any copies of this paperwork, or keep any of this paperwork?
No, I signed it. I was extremely upset. I didn't know what to do. I went straight back to her parents and told them.
Okay. So that's the same day you went straight back to their parents?
Yes.
Okay.
So Frank and Bessie?
Yeah. We were all living together.
So you didn't get to see her?
I did not get to see her, ever.
Could it be because you were looking down the entire time, like you have the entire time that you've been talking to me?
It's possible.
Okay.
I tend to look down when I'm in my head a little.
You realize I've been doing this 28 years?
I didn't say.
All right, so then what happened?
I went back and I talked to. I told both of them. Her mom and I got together.
Okay. So when Mindy had called you about taking the 2 tubs, what day was that?
She had called me. She sent me a message. She sent me a message on Tuesday. I believe it was Monday or Tuesday morning.
You're not really sure.
I'm not 100% sure that week.
Could that have been the same morning when you got the knife?
Yeah, I believe it was. I believe I ran a couple of errands on the way out. I believe I got gas. I believe I stopped at Home Depot.
Where'd you get gas at?
I don't know.
Was that on the long trip to drop the tubs?
No, it was before. I think it was one of the first things I did. But it wasn't a place I normally went.
You told me earlier that Mindy asked you not to carry your phone, but you did carry your phone.
Yes, yeah. No, yeah. So I was asked not to bring my phone out to the place when I was in. when I was in the Savannah area, I had my phone with me.
But you still had your phone with you?
Yes.
Okay. But you still had your phone with you when you went out to the place?
Yeah, I had it. It was turned off.
Even though Mindy asked you not to carry your phone?
My understanding was that it's just gonna be on.
Okay,
Yeah,
so just turn off your phone?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my understanding.
But you did have it with you,
Yes, I did have it with me.
but you just turned it off?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that your car has a phone?
I did not know my car has a phone.
Okay. So they didn't tell you at the dealership about AT&T service?
No, sir.
What did you put in the tubs again?
Electronics, her laptop, some books, clothing, shoes, toiletries for both of us. She wanted makeup, perfume, basically everything we would need for.
Your stuff too, though? So
Yeah.
you had one with yours and
One
one
of
with
mine,
hers?
one with her. Well, as normal, when we packed, it was one and a third with mine, one and a third of hers, and probably 2/3 of mine.
But so why would you drop your stuff off when you could have your stuff anyway? Why was that being dropped off?
I assumed that this had something to do with us leaving Savannah. We had weird things that we've been asked to do before we moved locations and things like that, and I assumed it had something to do with that.
All right. Did you kill your wife?
No, sir.
Okay.
I swear to God, no, I forgot.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
I saw my wife on Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
You did not kill your wife?
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, sir.
And you know about the preponderance of evidence
Yes, sir.
very well?
Yes, sir.
We're at way beyond the preponderance of evidence, okay? We talked about this.
Yes, sir. I told you where that knife is.
Okay. You remember that building?
No, sir. Okay, sir.
You remember the one down that route, down that dirt road?
A little, I don't know, sir. I'm not sure what I did.
Nick, did you love Mindy?
Yes, sir.
Did you love her parents?
Yes, sir.
Frankie, that's it.
Yes, sir.
You want to help us put all this together?
Yes, sir. Where that?
Then we need you to be truthful with us.
Sir, I'm being 100% truthful.
You know, John.
Sir, yes, I am.
Your phone, your car's phone, the videos. I mean, who else has the luck of going on a 25,000 acre property and get captured on video? The 45 minutes that you spent there at one location with the tubs.
And the night.
Your DNA.
Sir, I did not hurt my wife.
Did you dispose of it?
No, sir.
You did.
No, sir.
And all the evidence is showing that.
Sir, I
And
never.
your elaborate 2 hours of story that you gave in Pennsylvania, you know how many items, you being an attorney, you should realize how many of those can be disproven.
Sir, I have not lied to you at all.
You've been living the web of lies for a long time.
No, sir.
Between your finances, between Jim McIntyre, all these people, the Microsoft stuff.
I think Jim has lied to me for a long time. I do believe that.
I don't believe Jim exists.
Sir, Jim absolutely exists. I don't know if that's his real name, but he absolutely exists. I mean, the things that we did for years, the places we went,
You did to get away from the judgment from Heather.
no, sir.
So you didn't know you were wanted and on the run from Heather. in the judgment, the civil judgment?
No, sir, Jim told me that I'd been taken care of.
How did Jim take care of that?
I don't know, sir.
You didn't feel a responsibility to pick up the phone and say,
It's them. That's what happened in court.
You found so quickly.
Sir, I never saw her after she died. I never hurt Mindy.
You did hurt me.
No, I fed her, I helped her out of bed, I did.
You had started a new relationship with somebody online.
I was flirting with someone online.
You were running out of options. You were running out of funds.
No, sir.
Did you discover the lie that Mindy wasn't pregnant?
No, sir.
She wasn't.
I thought she was pregnant.
If Jim was so good at his job of protecting you, why would he not protect her? Why would he not come forward with any evidence now?
I think Jim lied to me about a million things.
Why would he not prevent your father from being able to find you?
I don't know. But I don't think Jim was telling you the truth about anything.
Because he didn't exist.
He did exist, sir. We did everything for years.
remember the day when your father shows up?
Yes, sir.
You drunk shit.
Yes, sir.
Tell me you left the back door.
Yes,
Went out the back door.
Yes, sir.
So you leave, you're so afraid because you thought he had beat you.
Yes, sir.
Where was Mindy?
She stayed there. He hadn't seen her.
So you cared so much for her, you left her in the house when you were running out the back door.
No, sir. She knew I was leaving. Like
But you didn't stay there to protect her.
No, sir.
That you didn't call 911. You didn't call for any help from anyone.
No,
You walked down the alley.
we called for help for Jim, who we depended on for
Now,
everything.
let's go back, because just the other day you said you didn't call, that he found you. He found you in the parking lot at the hospital.
Yeah, we had, I forget if it was a phone call or if it was a message, but I didn't go there.
That question was asked very clearly and asked twice. Did you contact Jim that day? And you said, no, he picked me up in the parking lot. Absolutely, there was no messaging from the time you walked out the back door down the alley.
I did not understand that question.
Okay,
He
you
didn't
didn't
just like find, no.
The question is, how did he know where you were? And he just appeared out of nowhere. He's followed you in multiple states and he just appears. So are you alleging that Jim killed your wife?
I don't know, but I think it's possible.
So, and the doctors conspired, they created this fake doctor facility of a name that you don't even know, a location you don't even know.
Side of the road pickup
And
for
you didn't
ashes.
see your wife, just so happens your phone, even your car shows clearly where you were at, down this long dirt road that just happened to pass a camera and tracks your every movement. The stop at the marathon store off the interstate where you squat your car. All those records purchasing the knife to go do mosquito work.
In November.
Yes, sir. You
And
can find the word.
that exact knife 2 hours later ends up.
Sir, I told you where that knife is.
That knife's not there. I know exactly where that knife is.
Sir, I told you that knife is in the back of that.
Took a GB like right.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It was found out there with a black coat.
So you can continue with the web of lies in the story. There's always reason for things. Is your reason that you're just a vicious killer and decided to kill your wife, or did y'all get in some kind of argument? What was your motive for killing her?
I never heard of.
The story is not what you're telling. Why is it so different?
What do you mean, sir?
Your elaborate story of on the run all this time and all the periods of stuff and the web of lies, why is it so different than what happened with her? The record shows, the evidence shows, DNA shows. Why is all that? Is you're being set up, is what you're saying?
I don't know. So I don't understand.
So your phone and your own person that you said was turned off,
Yes, sir.
still goes to those containers on a property that's 25,000 acres down a dirt road, 40 minutes from the house in Savannah. That matches the GPS, all the stuff matches. That knife that you purchased at Home Depot ends up there as well. The cleaning, the purchasing, the credit card swipes, the story that continued, the lies that you told to many others. Some people who you think are still on your side are actually some of the best witnesses against you. They know the story, and they're going to tell that story when they testify.
The Capital One card you're using for all these years, getting food, takeout, lodging, paying for all the places, the Airbnbs, the Verbos you stayed at, we have all those records.
Yes, sir.
And the Renaissance, the current stuff.
Yes, sir.
So you're saying this big, everybody's created all these records of items that were on your person on that same very day, in the same very vehicle you were driving, at that location. You know what the coincidences of that were, and the chances or probabilities of that happening?
Sir,
Just like the airplane that you're landed into this room right now,
Yes,
that ain't gonna happen.
Yes, sir. None of this feels random to me. But I don't understand it, but I know where that knife is.
Okay. So now, let's move on. The knife has nothing to do with anything. The day that you bought the knife and traveled down the road, where did you go?
I left, I stopped for gas. I stopped at Home Depot. I believe I stopped and talked to Jim.
With Mindy's body in the car.
No, sir. No, sir. And then I drove out there.
Out where?
I don't know. I believe I had an address to the church, and then I had a GPS location after that.
The first story was you had GPS coordinates.
Yeah, yes.
You mentioned nothing of address, I mean.
Yeah, yeah, so, but I've been trying to think about this. I believe they said to go to a church, like, not to call in, but I believe it was like a waypoint.
What did they say? So Mindy didn't tell you this?
I forget exactly.
So you forget back to the same story. It's easier to remember. Tom Sawyer says this. It's easier to remember the truth. While we're talking here today, so many more lies keep coming up.
No, sir, I've done weird stuff for years.
So back to your travels of the day that you bought the knife.
Yes.
Where'd you go?
I stopped for gas. I stopped at Home Depot. I believe then I stopped and spoke to Jim. And then I drove to the location I was supposed to go to.
Okay. Well, what did you do there?
I stopped. A gentleman came out of the house.
The 40 minutes that you were there, there's no house at that 40 minutes that you stopped at. So we can cut the house out if you'd like. So you don't have to remember a house because there was no house.
I stopped at a house.
How long did you stay?
I'm not exactly sure. He talked to me for a couple minutes about something he was doing. He had some stuff in his front yard.
Yeah, so what else did you do?
I asked if I could go to the bathroom. I peed behind a tree. He directed me over there. I removed the things from the back of the car, and I don't know.
Where were the things left? You said you removed them from the car at his house. Where were they left? Like just on the ground?
Yeah, he said he would take care of them.
Okay.
Um,
How close to the house?
30, 40 feet.
There is no house, remember.
So I stopped at a house.
You may have stopped at the house, but when you took the containers out, there is no house.
There's a reason why that keeps sticking in your head. You said Pennsylvania, you took them out, you falsely said I set them in the dirt. I set them in the dirt, the gray and black container. And it wasn't your personal property that was in those containers, it was Mindy.
No, sir, I packed those containers myself, it was her laptop, it was.
You did pack them yourself. If your wife's dismembered body,
Sir, that's not true.
that is true. And you had them in your car when you drove down that dirt road.
Sir, that's not true.
That is what you placed in the dirt, 30 or 40 feet off the roadway.
Sir, that is not true.
That is absolutely true, man.
Exactly what the records show.
Sir, that's not what happened.
I don't know what you know about the country and dirt roads and the properties you all were on, that you've ever been to that type of property before. But you happen to hit the security cameras on the entrance to 25,000 acres, which is a very large property. Your phone, in your vehicle's phone, everything, every stop is recorded. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He says
So your 40 minutes that you're there, you're at the exact same spot where your wife's torso was found. The other stop where you dug with the shovel
And hit roots.
and hit roots, that's recorded on the very same information. The next spot that you stopped and buried her skull is covered, the exact same stuff. Even the next spot with the leg is covered. So the stops are, I mean, it's like watching it on TV. It's not, there's no issues here. It's very clear.
So
The big question
that
is,
happened.
big question, is even the pictures, there's pictures of them going by on a property. You may have seen the log truck ahead of you. There's a big truck hauling wood. Guys that spotted you down there. The big question is why. It's no longer if.
Sir,
The big
I've
question-
never hurt Mindy.
The big question is why.
Sir, I've never hurt Mindy.
You never carried her to the doctor. She never went to the doctor. You never went to the doctor.
A doctor didn't come by your house to do those checks.
Yes,
You came directly from that house to that location. It's very clear. From your house to Home Depot to the scene. To multiple scenes, I guess we would say. Those stops are recorded, captured by your car. They're actually corroborated by your cell phone. That you say is turned off. But apparently your particular phone still records and still sends out pings or messages that overlap with that. So the big question is, were you asked to go to a location and retrieve Mindy's body? Or did you kill her and transport her? Or did something happen in that house that you just can't talk about and then you dealt with it from there? Because it clearly started at that house, then it went on.
sir, no,
Okay.
none of this happened.
Okay. We know it happened. It's clearly that it happened. So you're saying that the cell record's wrong, the picture's wrong from the security cameras, everybody's wrong with this whole picture. Your purchase of walk-in from Home Depot, that purchase is wrong.
No, sir, I
Your
worked-
travels that day, that's all. And just so happens coincidentally, she's found at the locations you were at.
Your wife found where you were at.
Sir, it doesn't feel coincidental to me, but I never hurt Mindy. I never saw Mindy after she passed away.
And you're gonna stick with, the last time you saw her was when?
Was Saturday
Okay, where?
at the house.
At the house. So how long did she stay in the house before she was gone? Are you telling me like you came home and found her dead, or what's the story?
No, sir, I'm saying I came home and she was gone. I got messages from her for days. Telling me things to do, things we needed.
I've been doing this 28 years. I don't watch a lot of them, but a lot of people watch TV shows and stories. Read a lot of books that have these kind of stories in them. You have characters that you've envisioned and made in your stories, and some of your stories, but none of your stories before a jury in Georgia are gonna go. I want you to understand that up front. It's a very clear picture. Even though it puzzled, you burned some of the pieces. You shifted and manipulated some of the pieces. You constantly lied to many, many people in your life, and have continued those lies. That's not going to continue to go. You understand that, right? The big question is why.
Sir, anything I ever lied about, I was told to lie about.
Okay. So, right now, if you said you killed her, you'd say, because I was told to lie.
Sir, I never killed her.
So if Jim told you to say that, you would say that?
No, sir.
Okay. So my point is, everything you do, if Jim told you to jump off a cliff, you were going to jump off a cliff.
Yes, sir. For years we did exactly what you told us to do.
So
He wanted full access to our lives. He said he's keeping us safe.
Did Jim tell you to burn your car?
Sir, I didn't burn my car.
Well, the burns that you got, that you described to the interest adjuster for your
I don't know
medical
what that
records,
was.
when you described burns going up into your nose and your face, it sounds like a flash burn from fumes. Sounds like a flash burn from fumes from an accelerant.
Sir, I opened the car door, and that's when the flames got mine.
But what was important in the car that got burned up that day?
I thought my phone was in there.
What else was in there?
I don't know. I had some random stuff in there.
Was there a check in there?
Yes, there was a check in there.
What was the check for?
The check was for a house.
For a house?
Yes.
Was you in Salem?
Yes.
What did you tell Salem happened with that check?
It burned up.
And what was the insurance company going to do about that?
I don't think the insurance company had anything to do with the check.
Was it a sizable check?
Yes, sir.
How much?
$860 some odd $1,000.
Just gone.
Yes, sir.
Almost $1 million check gone.
Yes, sir.
And you couldn't get a replacement.
No. No, I spoke to Jim afterwards, and he said he would get a replacement, but it would take a while.
Interesting.
What were you doing out on that road that day anyways?
I had gone to pick up the check. He said he would have somebody meet me out there. I had come up to Liz. He told me to meet in Liz. I got flowers. I didn't pick them up that day. I got water at Target.
But you also said something else up in Pennsylvania about that day when you stopped the car. You said you were on a long, straight stretch of road out of the curvy hilliness you've been driving on where you can see in both ways. Why do you think that's important in your life? Is it so you can see other cars if they came while you're doing what you're doing?
No, sir.
I think you're living a web of lies. For one of your close friends described you best, said you talk in parallel realities. It's like the story you sold them, it blends in the truths of what's going on in your life with what you want it to be. That's what you're doing here.
No, sir.
You bought a knife for window screening that you were fixing to leave this Airbnb.
Yeah.
So you buy this knife, you go back to the house where Mindy's at, then you go out here with these 2 totes that are packed with stuff and put them in a place where her body's found.
No, sir. I left them with the man.
You did not leave them with the man.
Yes, I did.
You did not leave them with the man. Your car is traveling out there. He's already told you. We put you and your cellular device in your vehicle out there in these places where your wife's body is found. Listen to me. With the knife that you just bought.
No, sir. That knife
The Milwaukee
came from
knife?
Pennsylvania. Yes.
That knife did not come from Pennsylvania.
Yes, it did, sir. I told you exactly where to find it. Have you looked there?
Yes, and it's not there. Just a carbon steel blade. It wouldn't be burned up in the car. Very clear.
Under the thing.
Under the thing.
Under the thing.
Then there's one other place it could be.
That knife's really irrelevant because that knife was only used in the end. It's not that it had anything to do with actually the murder or the killing at all. And that knife was after the fact. How would I know that?
I have have no idea, sir. I didn't know that.
That comes
I didn't
from
know anything.
a lot of really, of 28 years of being, like I said. Your story is fine, but your story is not reality. Even to the point of the new wife. You know, when you apply for a marriage license,
Yes, sir.
okay, remember applying for that marriage license?
Yes, sir.
Remember the questions it asked?
Yes, sir.
What did you say on that marriage license?
I said that I'd been married once. I said that he passed away in 2020.
Okay,
Two things that Jim told me to put down.
so you lied because Jim told you to lie.
Yes, sir.
Is Jim telling you to lie here today?
No, sir. I'm not spoken to Jim. I'm a little unclear on the timeline, but
You're unclear on a lot of stuff when it comes to specifics. It's quite funny how that works. But those records clearly show where that's at. To the matter, even like, when your mom, I mean, what have you told your mom?
my mom, that I was driving, we've been spoken.
So you hadn't spoken to her in 6 years.
I had no, no, we started speaking after I was arrested.
Remember, so you go to this doctor's office, they tell you wife died, you don't ask to see her. You immediately,
I did ask to see her.
you don't get to see her.
I don't get
You
to
don't force feed, go any further to see her. You just take them at the word. You don't let her names, you don't let her addresses, don't know how to return there, whatever, you just leave. You go from there back, tell her family, pack up the stuff that you said was already packed, and gone. Remember, your stuff was packed,
Yeah, a lot of my stuff was packed.
that your important stuff was not.
Yes, sir.
You still had it.
Yeah, we had things that we didn't need, like
Okay.
day to day, like clothing.
So then you go to
So
Florida.
is it possible to get a bottle?
You go to Florida, and when you go to Florida to pick up the beer,
Yes, sir.
and then you go from Florida to Montgomery, Alabama,
Yes, sir.
and you cash the check for $5,000.
No, so that was a cash withdrawal.
Cash withdrawal for
It was,
$5,000.
I think it looks like
You
that.
cash your check,
Yes.
but you get $5,000 to meet some guy that you don't know
Yes, sir.
on the side of the road in Alabama for Mindy's ashes.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many local crematories and places there are here by Alabama?
Sir, he had called me and said that my wife's remains were available to be picked up. I forget where he said they were.
And you know, during this time, you're continuously talking to Samantha,
Yes, sir.
you know, and talking about your business trips to Missouri, that you're continuing to have a romantic whole life relationship with Samantha.
Yes, sir.
Just found out wife's dead. You've been telling everybody she's dead since October, but you continue this relationship as it goes and as you travel, flee, all the way to Missouri.
I'm not fleeing, sir.
Okay, so you changed your name. Well, you told me you were fleeing from your father, so you were not fleeing from your father still.
Well, I mean, I was trying to, I thought that the name change was the culmination of years of work to
Okay,
keep us safe. We had been, among our friends and family, we've been using that name for
so
2
then
years.
you get a marriage license and you get married. And back up a little bit before that, when you start getting pressured to move into a house and get away from Airbnbs, the car mysteriously burns with all your money in it. You know, so you won't be able to close on a house permanently. So was it time to look for a new wife?
No, sir.
So what was your plan from there?
My plan from there was I was expecting more money from Jim, and that to you know, allow me to move on and live.
When was your last contact with you?
My last contact with Jim, I don't know, it was probably around the time that the marriage license was, we applied for it, or shortly thereafter.
Because he had to tell you what to put on there, so you would know what to lie to be.
Yes. He told me that there were things I had to lie about to keep myself safe.
Did you lie and keep your things safe from your dad?
Yes.
So if you're worried about your dad and he's this bad guy that you're terrified of, that you've gone through all this fighting all these years, living off everybody else's finances, and being a hermit, basically, then when you get locked up for this, you reach out to them.
I reached out, I had been in for 5 days. I couldn't contact anyone, and I reached out to Alice.
You know, your story is just so unbelievable. Everything you say and has continued to say has been a lie. Your life's a lie. The evidence shows.
Sir, I believe I've been attitude for years, and I don't understand.
You continue to lie. By your own admission, you have continued to lie. Multiple times. You say it's lying on behalf of Jim.
Yes, sir.
But then now you're saying too, it's clearly you're lying about that day.
About which day?
The day of the 29th, when your cell phone records you going where your wife's body's found, or torso's found, and where the pieces of her body are found at other locations, and how that tracking in that area shows you being there, how the cameras show you being there, and you're saying, oh no, I wasn't there. Is that what you're saying?
Sir, I don't know what location that shows. I know I was in a more rural area.
It's where you placed the body parts of your wife at.
No, sir.
So are you saying that's the same day you dropped the tubs off?
I don't know. I think, is that the same day as Home Depot?
I'm asking you a question. Yeah, the same day as on Date Depot. Was that the same
Yes,
day?
I believe that was the same day.
Same day that you dropped the tubs off.
Yes, sir.
So you knew where you were moving at that time. But you're going to get a knife to repair the mosquito things, knowing you're fixing to leave that Airbnb.
Yes, sir. We wanted to leave it in the best condition that we could.
Is that how you replaced the rug? Is that why you bought a new rug?
No, we bought the new rug because Rusty was sick on it.
Back to that day. You traveled that day.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't know where you traveled.
Yes, sir.
So the question is, you don't know or you do know where you traveled?
I don't know where I traveled.
So you're saying that those records are the truth?
Which records?
The records from your car, the records from the camera that you saw, the records from your own cell phone that overlap with each other, your records from swiping your car.
Yes, I don't know all of the records, sir, but I swiped my card.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that for sure.
Okay, and do you remember for really close proximity to that, like within a day or so, going to a car wash?
I don't, sir, but I may have.
Okay, did you wash your car frequently?
Not super frequently, sir.
Yeah.
When I know so it's dirty.
Like never until then? This was the first time you had washed your car?
I don't know, sir. I haven't had the car for very long.
What I'm saying is you never went through an automatic car wash but one time?
No, sir. I've been through several automatic car
You
washes.
just didn't swipe it for this particular car until that day?
I may have paid
days
for
later.
cash, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so those are the times you paid with cash.
I may have. I've honestly never thought that much about how I pay for anything.
Most of the time you swipe,
I think so. Yeah, I would say most of the time.
except for one occasion where you met this dude on the side of the road in Montgomery, Alabama, and you had to get $5,000.
Yeah, I didn't have checks for that account.
So you just randomly, at that point, meet with him, don't know who he is, where he was, where he's from.
No, he contacted me and said that he had Mindy's remains. I was really upset.
You know how like elaborately crazy that is? Just to meet somebody on the side of the road with remains.
Yes, sir. I was really upset about it.
That's never been heard of before.
I was upset about that. I was upset about the fact that she had been cremated. I was told she had been cremated.
We know you were upset. We know you were upset. We found her body in the condition we found it in. We know you were mad.
Sir, I never hurt my wife.
Yes, you did.
I've never put a hand on a woman. I did not hurt Mindy.
But you lie. And you lie a lot about a lot of things. And have continuously lied.
Sir, I've been told to lie in certain situations to keep us safe.
You've been an attorney before in your previous occupation with the Navy. For how long?
I was an attorney in the Navy for roughly 10 years.
So you can realize you've prosecuted cases where soldiers have murdered their wives.
No, sir.
You never prosecuted anybody that?
No, sir.
Okay. Have you prosecuted anybody that murdered someone?
No, sir.
So never a murder prosecution.
No, sir.
But you have cases that show, and you understand preponderance of evidence and proof beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes.
We've gone from preponderance of evidence to proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay? You know where we're at with that point. Help me support that story. Help me show that you didn't do it.
Sir, I'm trying to tell you everything I remember about this.
See, that's the problem I've gotten, because of the 2 hours that we had in Lancaster, everything you told me I proved to be a lie. There's nothing truthful about that. You've continued to lie to friends, family members, people that you trusted, people that really went outward to help you. I wasn't really forceful with you that day. I didn't do anything that day that lets you tell me the story. I went back and verified that your story, your entire story is a lie. So help me to this point to go and explain that you can continuously lie, but you want me to believe you did kill your wife. You've lied to me. You've lied to Cameron. You've lied to your family. You've lied to other people.
You lied to Samantha.
Reached back out to an old former employer of Mindy and lied to him. Why would you do that?
Sir, I didn't lie to him. I mean.
Are you saying you didn't lie to me? Let's just start this way.
So there are things that I think were not true. All I've done is sit in a cell and think about this.
Okay.
I don't believe a lot of what Jim told us for years.
Yeah, I'm not asking what Jim told you. That has nothing. I'm asking what you did and where you remember. And there's things you say you don't remember that I clearly know you remember. Like if you went to this doctor's office in a strip mall in Savannah where you were told your wife had died, you would really remember that. There would be no doubt. The other thing is, if that happened and you were not allowed to see your wife and found out she was cremated later, you don't think as an attorney that every attorney hearing this would file suit against that doctor?
Yes, sir, I thought she died of natural causes. That's what I was.
They made mistakes is what you're telling me. They made mistakes and cremated her. You ended up meeting someone on the side of the road. Every portion of your life and everything that's coming down right now to Mindy ends up being untrue. But you want me to believe that portion to be true. You lied about going to the doctor's office.
No, sir.
Okay. You lied about going to the doctor's office. As you continue. You lied about picking up her remains on the side of the road.
No, sir.
You've lied about where your vehicle went that day.
Yes.
And where you continue to go. You've lied about, what haven't you lied about?
You lied about your father.
Sir, I don't believe.
How much money did you take from him? In the very beginning, how much money did you get away with your father?
I had borrowed some money from him.
No, that's not the question. It's how
I
much.
don't know. I don't know exactly.
About 60,000?
No, sir.
No?
No.
Was it more than $100?
Yes, sir. It's more than $100.
$100.
Yes, sir.
You probably just kind of wanted to know what was going on.
I didn't know that, sir. I thought he.
What did you tell Betsy and Frank about when they had to move to Hilton Head? You told them who needed to, told them they had to move. It was time to go. Because who said so?
It's Jim said so.
Right. Who rented their new place for them?
I did.
You did it.
Yes, sir.
So if it's so dangerous and you gotta go now, why would you rent a place and put them in danger up there in your name? If you're the intended target.
I didn't think that would be something that you'd be able to.
You know how easy it is to track you down?
No,
It's
sir.
a quick, easy Google search. Your name pops up there. Before all this, your name popped up there. Pictures of your wedding. Pictures of Mindy and you at your wedding pop up there.
Pop up at the place that I
In
rented
Google.
for
In Google.
Frank
Google
and
search.
Betsy.
We can play all this all day long, you know.
I pointed out
That's the game. That just ain't gonna work.
I paid for
Yes.
I paid for a rental thing.
It's just not going.
I don't know how that goes on Google, but I didn't think it would.
So, way back, when you get married, you go through this whole spiel, the whole thing. Then all of a sudden, something happens. I ask you why you get out of the military. Why did you get out of the military?
We didn't want to be moving around all the time.
Why?
We were going to start a family. We
Ready
wanted
to
more.
start a family. Okay. That didn't work out with your first wife.
No, sir. No, she
That didn't work out with Mandy. That was not gonna work out with Samantha.
I don't understand. I thought it was working out with Mindy. And I hoped it would work out with Samantha, but obviously.
So that's been the continuous thing as you were ready to start a family.
Yes, sir.
So-
I always wanted a family, but
You lied to the military on your official resignation, when you said your purpose for resignation. It didn't have anything to do with wanting to start a family. The lie was Mindy was in a car wreck and you needed to care for your wife. You don't remember your resignation from Navy.
from active duty or from the reserves?
Either way, you don't remember your resignation letter.
I remember drafting, I believe, 2 resignation letters. One from active duty. I've been talking about active duty.
Mhm. So what about your resignation for both? What was your reasoning for resigning?
I don't recall.
You just told me it was to start a family.
So the reserve one, I believe I had to put in,
Same bullshit stories.
No, we had been in a car accident.
You have been, and again, the parallel realities that you created, that these lies. You said you want to start a family, you don't want to move around, but what have you done? What have you been doing?
We've been running, sir. We believed we were in danger. We thought we were running from Wayne.
From who? Your father?
Yes.
And who have you been talking to?
I've been talking to him.
Who's come to help you?
He has come down.
And how old is Wayne?
He was born in July 1955, so.
And you went through Navy training, you're a really big guy, and you're that fearful of somebody that may or may not have even injured you, that you really.
I don't believe that more than injured.
Okay, and you didn't really believe it then.
I did believe.
So, but you got all this elaborate scheme to run, and just so happens you have a $1.5 million judgment against you. Just so happens you lie as an attorney, raising your hand and lying in an official court during an official hearing that you've got $32 million that you didn't have, that you now believe you may not have had to begin with.
Sorry.
You lied, and the lies just keep continuing and keep continuing to the end. And the only thing you want to try to convince me is that you're telling the truth.
Yes, sir.
And there's not one thing in your life I can show that you've been truthful about. Tell me one thing.
Sir, I've been truthful about all of this. I mean,
This absolutely shows that you haven't been. And by your own admission, you've lied about this and lied about multiple things. That day, you're so vague and recall, you don't think I would recall the specifics of where my wife had died? The doctor's office that was there, the doctor who's called me and mistakenly burned her ashes, and the actual story of her death. You've told quite a few variances to quite a few of her friends that you reached out and talked to over time on what she actually died from.
Her friends? No, sir.
So you didn't tell any of her friends why she had died?
No, I told that our close friend, my understanding was that our close friends were the only people who were going to have their life.
So if you were really into the protection and scared, why would you be calling all these people, telling them where you were moving and what you were doing? You created the story that she was dead even before she's dead. You're dating online before she.
So I wasn't dating online. I was.
You ever heard of this dude called Ray Charles? You remember Ray Charles?
Yes, sir.
Ray Charles was blind.
Yes, sir.
Ray Charles can see this very clearly. Just the big question is why? Did you just get tired of her? Were you wanting to move on because she was not pregnant? Was there some type of argument? Did she strike you,
Sir.
that led to that?
No, sir.
The biggest question is why you killed her
Sir.
and why you disposed of her.
Sir,
And that has
no
anything
further
to
word
do-
disclosed.
When you took her there, she went there, what happened to her wedding ring?
I was given her wedding ring. When it came back in the, when I got her ashes, her wedding rings were in the.
Where's it at now?
They're in Havre de Grace, Maryland, where I scattered her ashes, or didn't scatter her ashes, thought I scattered her ashes. My wedding ring and her wedding band and her wedding ring.
That's where you built?
Yes, I put her in the water there. It was one of her different places.
What about our earrings?
I don't recall what happened to her earrings.
Your world of lies, we have picked it apart. We picked it apart before we came to Pennsylvania. But since it got out, there's even been more people that called, more people that have more stories that you spun off of this. I get that you're scared. Everybody I talk to, this is not who you are. They don't think you're a monster, but they don't believe your story. They don't believe any of it anymore.
Sir, I've been lied to for years.
And you're lying to everybody else. Now, it broke. You got to that point and it broke. Whatever it was that made you snap, whether it was you just had to get out, you didn't want to tell her you wanted to leave, you didn't want to accept that she wasn't pregnant, or you were scared and terrified that now you had this new relationship that was up and budding and you didn't want to
This is somebody I was talking to. This is somebody I'd never met.
now you're married. After you tell your former in-laws, after you tell them, you fabricate a message and send it to them and tell them that you died in a car wreck.
I did not do that.
You did do
I did not do
that.
that.
You did do that. But you tell other people, and then people reach out and they find you again.
Yeah, I wasn't trying
You
to.
got Jim hiding you out on this big top secret security stuff, and people still reach out and find you and say, "Hey Nick, are you? I heard you died. Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm okay. I just a car burned up."
Yeah, Cameron reached out, and I told you about this. I was really concerned because she said that they thought I had died. They were calling around saying that I had died in a car accident. And
So if Cameron could find you, why weren't you terrified that somebody else could?
I thought that at this point that I was safe. That the name change was the last step in being allowed to live a life, and not be hunted down. Cameron knew my name. She had known it that we were changing our name to that for I don't know how long. I forget when we said that. We told our friends and our close family, the people we thought we were still going to have in our life.
Who was your close family? Was it Betsy and Frank?
Betsy and Frank, and then
So you're going to
Frank
put them through all these lies? When we unravel all this, because they bought it. They loved you. Frank loved you. He said he loved you like a son. You know how hard it was for us to even convince him of who we really were? Because they bought into your lies.
He knows that because he got the email that day.
Yeah.
I can prove that.
what email?
The email you got that we were talking to Betsy, the email that the FBI had talked to Betsy, the Proton email that you thought was encrypted that wouldn't go back and we couldn't get. Guess what?
They're encrypted, but we can still get them. It just takes more work. It's like layers.
Sir, I don't know what
You being the security expert that you're talking about, and that you know that you've been in security and development software and programs and AI, which is the factor that you don't even have anymore. You should know that we're capable of getting that kind of thing. So you knew we were there to talk to Betsy.
Yes, sir.
You knew that the FBI.
Sir, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
We're not going to get into that. You lied so much that there's no reason to show you everything. Just to let it continue on. I gave you a chance to tell the truth. You're clearly not going to tell the truth. You're going to continue on as we're going. So, same way, well, your last driver's license will be in Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
You're unemployed, correctly.
Yes, sir.
And your spouse is Samantha.
Koles.
Oh, I can spell that. And what, you only put the same address as you? The 590 Centerville Road, or what address do you?
It's number 5, Rank, RANCK, Lane, in LITITZ, Pennsylvania.
And your father is Wayne.
Yes, sir.
And what's his address?
117 Sandy Hollow Road. The town is FITZ, William.
Okay.
That's New Hampshire.
And your mother?
Linda Kassotis. Same address.
And your brother Christopher?
Yep.
You know his address?
I do not, sir. I believe he's out of Michigan, I've been told.
Okay. And is he out your only brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about sisters?
No sisters,
No
sir.
sisters, okay. All right, this is just based on the information that we took off your booking. I understand at one point you had a tattoo.
I still do, sir.
Okay. Did you try to have that tattoo removed?
No, sir.
All right, where's your tattoo?
It's on my chest. Do you want to see it? Or?
We will, man.
Okay.
And what's it of?
It's a clad, C-L-A-D-D-A-G-H.
Your teeth are all on. Sign right here, and that begins your jail process. And then one other thing, the lie about the DNA testing. So you told me that Jim had your DNA tested.
Yes, sir.
You tell others that you've had your DNA tested. Was that through Jim?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we need another DNA test to prove that your mother and father are your mother and father?
No, sir. I believe the Jim is lying.
So the evidence shows that Jim lied. Well, guess what? The evidence is going to show that you're lying about multiple things.
Sorry, no.
And it already has showed that you're lying and going to continue to lie. Lots of people we deal with people that lies and continue to lie, and people that make mistakes and get it off your chest. While you're sitting back here waiting for months and months in time, you know you had the opportunity to tell the truth.
Sir, I told the truth to the best of my ability.
And the truth's just too hard to tell.
No, sir.
You've continued to lie, you lied from the beginning, and you continue to lie to the end. And that's where we're at. You understand that? So this is your opportunity here now to say what happened in that room, at that house, with her, with Mindy.
Sir, nothing happened.
That's it.
All right, sir. You really gonna put Frank and that's it through all this?
Sir, I never heard.
They loved you.
Sir, I looked at him.
Did you love Mindy?
Yes, sir.
Because the evidence shows that whoever did that to her really loved her and went into a rage.
Sir, listen, I never heard.
You did.